Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Avengers Doomsday seems a bit of a mess, not going to lie. A massive mess, actually. We've heard of on-set fights, effectively, because, you know, most people in Hollywood are just divas. But then also I came across this, so I wasn't going to comment on the diva thing, but we will, obviously. But then I came across this and I was like, well, now it's worth a video, because the whole thing just seems like a complete joke. I don't know who I was acting with half the time. Well, that sounds great. This individual, Cumming, who plays Nightcrawler, did all of his all of his scenes were just on green screen in isolation by himself. He didn't act against anyone. That's not a recipe for success. That is a recipe for a shit performance. Really just terrible. And then, of course, 2 stars went at each other. Now, I couldn't help but think to myself, did he have to film it all in isolation? Bearing in mind, he didn't know who he was acting. Who he was supposed to be bouncing off of, by the way. He had no idea. So, did he do all of that because they're trying to keep it secret, which would be weird? But secondly, more likely, did he do that because they don't know who he's actually going to be bouncing off of yet? Because they haven't finished the script. I think it's probably going to be that. Terrible. Bloody terrible. So let's take a look at this and then we'll loop back around to the stars going at each other situation. It honestly just sounds terrible. Sounds really, really bad. So this article tries to like dumb it down. They're like, oh, like Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, you know, Avengers Doomsday is a highly secretive production. With so many actors needed on set, the Russo brothers are likely facing some unique challenges. Really? I mean, it's really not that important. Just get the actors on set and finish the film. You know, with a script. With Avengers Infinity War, for example, Benedict Cumberbatch's busy schedule meant he wasn't with his co-stars a lot of the time, and a double shot many of his scenes, with Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange later inserted into those. Several other actors in the same sequences never even met, and moviegoers were none the wiser. Yeah, because the visual effects in Endgame and Infinity War were just amazing, weren't they? Something similar is happening with Avengers Doomsday. An X2 X-Men United star. Was X-Men United a film? Was that what it was called? I don't remember it being called X-Men United, but alright. Cumming revealed some of the unique challenges he's faced on set, whilst reprising his role as Nightcrawler. Quote, I did the entire film in isolation. Lots of green screen, face replacement. I know some people think this is a nothing burger, but I think this is just everything wrong with modern filmmaking. They even gave characters fake names. I don't know who I was acting with half the time. Why would you do that? What absolute insanity are you doing? You're not creating the Mona Lisa. It's a fucking lame comic book movie. I broke the internet by mentioning something once, but honestly, I might have got it wrong. This is talking to... Like, he previously said he had a fight scene with Mr. Fantastic, basically. Anyway, he also said, just to be objective, and you know, fair, he did also say it was an amazing experience. He said it was healing and really nice to go back to something that it was a terrible experience when he did it the first time. Great film, great film. I love the film. You don't know anything about the film, you idiot. It was actually really great to go back, and especially, I'm 60 years old. God, that makes me feel well old. I did not think I would be doing stunts, playing a superhero in my 60s, so that was great. And everyone was really nice, and I got it done really quickly because I couldn't go because of the traitors. Then most of my scenes were being shot. When most of my scenes were being shot. So, a few things. You literally don't know anything about the movie. Clearly, this is terrible. I genuinely think this is terrible. I think this is real bad. I don't think any of this stuff is good. I think it's just... Yeah, oh my God. You don't know anything about the movie. You don't know who your scenes were off against. Like, how can you put in a good performance if you don't know who you're even supposed to be acting with? Now, I know some people may say, well, that's a sign of a good actor, but I don't know. They don't have a good track record at the moment, do they? So I'm not going to give them benefit of the doubt yet. Anyway, then there's also this. Apparently 2 Avengers Doomsday stars went at each other because this is just a complete joke, apparently, of a film. So apparently, there were some issues. So apparently it sounds like a joke that was a bit too familiar was poorly received by one of the actors on the Avengers Doomsday set, leading to a falling out that very nearly resulted in a major change to the movie's shooting schedule. Because apparently we make raging man babies famous. Fortunately, this situation was ultimately resolved. So he said this. They're 2 pretty big actors. Apparently, a comment, from what I understand, was made in jest that was a bit too familiar because these actors didn't know each other too well. It crossed the line. One of the actors got really upset about it, like a bitch, confronted the other actor, it was said on the set, that caused a big rift. 2 very outspoken actors went at each other. One of the actors, Marvel said, we'll shoot your scenes separately or without the other actor in it. Well, they're doing that fine now anyway with Cumming, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Or we'll figure it out in some other way. That actor felt the fact that Marvel was willing to make those big concessions was enough, because they also told the actor that it would cost millions of dollars to shoot scenes without the other actor. Well, apparently they're doing that, so they don't really care anyway. Whatever. Since Marvel was willing to at least make the effort to concede that and move the schedule around, they felt it was a good faith effort, and both actors were brought together, apologies were exchanged, and people moved on. Yeah, they're okay by now. There's been no other incidents, and it was a pretty big blow up, apparently. What a bunch of man-baby PP heads. Giant vagines. And also, it doesn't matter anyway, because they're shooting people without other people anyway, so it wouldn't make a blind bit of difference to these idiots. What a clown show. Avengers Doomsday is a clown show. Like, it really is. And then there's this. Some scoop about what his mission is. So apparently Avengers Doomsday, Doom is after people who caused incursions to the multiverse. Oh, cool. Who cares? So apparently Doom is looking... Well, we don't know, basically. But he's looking for people that have caused incursions. Good. Excellent. Why? No one cares. What a lame thing. There you go. Whatever. Bye-bye now.